All right, so Coach K here, and I just want to show you how easy it is to make your own seasoning blends. Now, what you may not realize is a lot of the blends that you buy from the grocery store that are pre-mixed contain other additives like MSG and other things that could be harmful to your body. You know, it's very easy to just make your own mix, and once you're done, you know, it's done and you know exactly what's in it, all right? So, but I didn't create this all on my own. I got this from Trader Joe's. This is one of my favorite spices, is the Trader Joe's 21 seasoning salute. So, and I do this all the time, and I highly recommend you guys do the same thing. You should always be reading your ingredients anyway. Always. Don't buy things and you didn't read the label, because if you don't know what it is, chances are your body doesn't know what it is either, okay? So I'm not putting in every single thing that they had here, but I am using the majority of it. And for the most part, we're going to do equal parts, okay? All right, so I'm not going to add any salt because the Trader Joe's version is salt-free, okay? This way then you can just add salt in. This is pink salt every time when you get ready to use it. So let's start here with the ones that are already, I had a few that I already measured out, and I'm doing a tablespoon of each. If this bowl is too small, actually I'm going to switch it right now. Let's go with a bigger bowl. All right, this is thyme. This is oregano, tablespoon of each. These are bay leaves that I crushed up. This is cumin. Okay. And then we have, let's do our garlic powder. Okay. All right. And next up, we're going to do our basil. If you live in the Atlanta area, you recognize these containers from DeKalb Farmers Market. Listen, this smells great already. It smells really, really good. Parsley flakes. Oops. Okay, and I can tell these are fresh dried. All right, then I have celery seed. All right, tablespoon of that. Now, a few of these I am going to do less of, so pay attention, and you'll see why. Although you can always, you know, adjust based on what you like or don't like. This is granulated onion. Smells amazing. Onion, granulated onion, onion powder. This is what makes food delicious, okay? All right, so next up, I'm doing mustard, ground mustard. Tablespoon of that. Okay. And, let's see here, marjoram, okay. All right. This couldn't get any more homemade, guys, unless you grew the herbs yourself, which is also a goal of mine, believe it or not. All right, next up, interesting ingredient, the lemon granules. Citrus is a wonderful, wonderful way to add flavor to things. So we definitely want to get, oh, it smells like lemon pound cake to me, you guys. I promise you. Oh, that smells good. Definitely want to get a full tablespoon of that. Now, the ones that are ground here, I really don't like ground herbs because I find them to be super, super concentrated, but they did not have them in whole form when I went. And I wanted to get this video done for you guys, so I took what I had to work with. So I'm going to be judicious with this just because ground herbs do tend to be stronger. So for the coriander, and you can sniff each one and you'll be able to tell about how strong it is. So for the coriander, I did a full half tablespoon. for this rosemary, rosemary can be really strong, really overpowering. So I'm going to do about a 1/4 tablespoon of that. Okay. I can always adjust it after I use it on something and say, I could have added a little bit more. And then this is savory ground, which I also prefer this in the whole leaf form. So I'm just doing about a 1/4 of a tablespoon of that because I smelled it and it smells strong. Not as strong as the rosemary. And then the smoked paprika. This is not in the Trader Joe's version, but I want it. So I'm going to put a 1/2 tablespoon of that in there. Then we have a cayenne pepper. This is actually African bird pepper powder, but you know, you could use cayenne and achieve a similar effect. This is extremely spicy, you guys. So I'm using about this much, okay? That's probably about a 1/4 of a, or 1/2 teaspoon. Okay, and then I have regular black pepper. So I'm just gonna keep winding it and just kind of guess on when it might be done. I don't use a ton of black pepper, but it's necessary in the Trader Joe's 21 seasoning. Okay, all right. So I'm going to call it quits right there. And then all you have to do is just give it a stir. Look at that. You see the Cooking Network where they make their spice rubs? You can be fancy like that. Okay, so this is done. My last tip for you is, well, 2 more tips. One, don't buy this one, okay? If you go in the ethnic aisle, often in bags, you can find Badia spices and other spices. Obviously, organic is best, in which case you would need to go and use McCormick or something like that that's certified. But if you're just doing the regular shopping, buy it in the bags because you're not going to use the container anyway. You're using it to make this, right? Okay, so there's this. It smells amazingly delicious. I feel so proud of myself, even though this only took 10 minutes. I feel like, you know, like I really did something. This is great to use on roasted vegetables, when you're roasting vegetables, when you're cooking things, stovetop, anywhere where you want some flavor, okay, and you want it to be done quick. That's what you would use this for. My second tip, or my final tip, was, gosh, I think that was it. Yeah, make sure that you check your international aisle. Use a grinder. I use the grinder, this little grinder right here by Cuisinart, to grind up my bay leaves. Those don't cost very much at all. Oh, duh, here it is. Keep your containers, glass jars that you have, that you use for other things. You know, this was a pickle jar. Makes an excellent storage vehicle for this. You already paid for this, so you don't need to go and buy more. Now I can just spoon my flavor directly in there, and I'm going to reserve some to put in the Trader Joe's container. All right, that way I can sprinkle it right through there. Okay, so let's scoot this over, fill this up. I don't know, this spoon might be a little bit too big. Let's do this. Let's fill it up over the bowl. How about that? That way, if anything spills out, it's right back in the bowl, because I've made enough of a mess on this counter today. Okay, and now I have my all-purpose seasoning. I remember before I changed my lifestyle, I used to be addicted to Aldi. Not Aldi, I'm still into Aldi. Lowry's seasoning salt. And now I've kind of got my own thing going here. I could even make one with a little bit of coconut sugar in it, and that would give me more, because Lowry's had sugar in it, make it a little sweeter, right? So, and there you have it. All right, so I'm going to fill this all the way up to the top, and I'll have my spices to go. This has been on my to-do list for so long. It looks exactly like the Trader Joe's blend, but I saved a ton of money. This is only $1.99, but I only paid under $10 for all of these spices, and I still have completely full containers, and I didn't even fill this all the way up. So I might go ahead and step away from you guys and make a little bit more just so I can have my jar all the way done, because I go through this pretty fast. I hope you enjoyed this recipe. If you're watching this on YouTube, be sure to like and subscribe to the page. All right, thanks, bye.